Don't want you just doing this. You got to be strong. You got to be strong. You got to use your pivot. Ready?
I want to talk about that, not only the veteran leadership coming back, the depth, and of course the freshman class here. But first, you have returners like Xavier Johnson, Justin Champagnie, who feels like a veteran, only he's a sophomore.
Yeah.
You have Adis Toney, and of course Terrell Brown, and you get Ithiel Horton back this year. What do you expect from this group and their leadership?
You know, really what I want and expect from them, you know, those guys know us as a staff and they know what we want. And so one of the main things is for them to show up every day ready to go, ready to work, and ready to enforce the culture that we've tried to establish. Those guys being good players, but mainly being good leaders, being great teammates, teaching the importance, the value of that. I'm a big believer that you can learn through every situation. And certainly you can learn through success, which we've had a little bit at times. We've had a glimmer, but obviously you learn through failure. You know, last year, I've said this over and over, I thought we had a chance. I thought we took a step forward last year. We had an opportunity to take a leap, but we were not ready for that. We didn't show and have the discipline that's necessary to do that at the level that it takes to become a team that's a postseason team. Hopefully we learn from that experience. It's something we talked about from the spring up until this point. And I expect our older guys to kind of be the catalyst for teaching that.
Coach, you talked about the veteran players. Let's talk about some of the younger players. You have some depth, you have some size now. You have Max, you have John, you have plenty of players coming in this year that can help in the post and open up this offense.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. You know, I've thought a lot about like our first year here and, you know, the game where we beat Louisville here. And as we got into overtime of that game, both of our bigs had fouled out. And so we're playing Malik Ellison at the 5, who's shorter than me. And he did an outstanding job. Last year, we really just had 2 big guys with Terrell and Eric Hamilton. And then Kareem came on, so you had 3. Now, you know, we really focused with this recruiting class on size. And out of the 5 freshmen, 4 of them are 6'7" and taller. And so we've been able to add size, length, athleticism, and I think talent. And so that gives us more depth with Kareem, with Terrell coming back. And so we're able to have different options. One of the things for me as a coach, you're able to create competition in practice. Really, when we're whole, if we can get completely healthy, you know, we really, I think, kind of have 2 guys at each spot, you know, and so you can create that competition in practice where you're helping each other get better, and mainly we're helping our team get better.
I want to focus on this freshman class a little bit more. I got to see them on their intro video shoot and media day. They're a ton of fun. They've already seemed to gel so well together. And like you said, it was mostly Zoom, texting. They haven't been together that much. Practice just started last week. What's special about this group? What can fans expect?
Yeah, you know, it's the times are so different now because even though, you know, they weren't here until late June, early July, all these kids know each other in high school from AAU and, you know, texting and FaceTime and all the different ways now you have. And so that relationship started before they even got here with those 5 guys. They're a very confident group.
Look at the camera, man. It's me, John Hughley, with the Fab 5, man. It's the real Fab 5, man. This is the real Fab 5.
They're talented, and I think they have a chance to provide some versatility that we have not been able to have since we've been here.
Yeah, freshman John Hughley mentioned, I want to put this team back on the map. I want Pitt to be where it was. As a coach, how excited are you to hear that? Before he even came to Pitt, this was him interview in high school.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting because these are things that we talk to them about during the recruiting process. And so it makes you feel like, well, at least maybe they were listening. Maybe they heard us. You know, that's been the thing for me and our staff since we've been here, is to try to get this thing flipped back at one point. And we talked to all recruits about this. You know, this program, especially from 2002 till about 2016, it was one of the best programs in the country. It was one of the most consistent programs in the country. Year in and year out, they were a contender nationally. They were usually in the top 10 at some point during each season. one of the better teams in the Big East. And then you just went through this transition period, from 2016 until I got here, where there were 2 coaches, there were, I think, 3 ADs, and there just wasn't any consistency. And as we know as adults, if you don't take care of something and you're not completely all in and invested, even something that's really, really good and great can fall apart. And that's what happened. And so it's our responsibility, it's our challenge is to put it back together. And I knew when I took the job, it was going to take time. I knew that was going to be very difficult for me because I'm not a patient person. And so again, I like the steps that we've taken. Like you mentioned, we have a chance to learn from last year, and hopefully we're able to get through a whole season, and hopefully we can make that big leap.
Well, thank you, Coach. We're looking forward to November 25th. It certainly can't come soon enough.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching this segment. We have more to come on Pitt Beyond the Script.